Hello and welcome back to In the Weeds, everyone's favorite restaurant gossip show. So far this season, we've welcomed some truly interesting people who've told us stories of creepy bosses to unreal customers.
We're excited to hear hopefully some shocking stories today. Remember, everything we say is completely true, but we keep it completely anonymous. So let's get started on this week's... All right, today we've got another great guest in store.
Our good friend and customer service vet, Emmy.
Emmy! Hello, Emmy.
Hello.
It's so great to have you here today. Can you tell the audience about your job and what you do?
Yeah, of course. So I work I've worked at 3 different locations. It's like a burrito place, you know, where you kind of get burritos or a bowl.
Mm-hmm. I wonder where that is.
Yeah, I do wonder where that is. Yeah, but I really enjoy my job. I've had like some crazy different experiences though.
Understandable.
Just, like, working at these 3 locations because I've worked at a location in my hometown, one near campus, and the one that I currently work at is like about like a 15-minute drive from here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So like in any service industry, you just have, crazy stories, whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
So in general in the food industry, what do you like about working there?
What do I like about working there? I think I like the people. Like I just like really love all my coworkers, even just in my hometown and here.
Okay.
It's like really cool. My hometown is full of like really interesting people. Like I've just like really bonded with all my coworkers there, and then also just even in Cincinnati, I feel like there's a lot younger demographic too, with like a bunch of college students working there. So I've really connected with just like everybody, and I think everybody's like great, and it's just like really fun to work with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like I'm not. I feel like I like interacting with customers, but sometimes it can be a lot when customers,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So on that note, what do you absolutely hate about working in the food industry?
I hate coming home and smelling like the food every single time. Like I feel disgusting every time I come home. And I think just something else that I really hate about it is just that it's exhausting, I feel like. Because like when you're stuck on the line all day and just like making people's food, it can just be exhausting. I feel like that's the case for all food service. Though, and all, like even just like retail and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Just so exhausting.
Yeah, I can get that. I've had days where I like come home and my mom's just like, you need to take a shower because I just smell so bad. Like it's not even like you smell bad. It's just like the same food every single day. It gets kind of nauseating, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I will say, like especially after like taking out the trash, like you just smell like this ooze and this disgusting fluid, and it's horrible. Now, with that, how did you start working in food? Like what got you into like, hey, I want to work at a restaurant? Like, because there's a lot of jobs you can get. Like if you're in retail.
I feel like for teens, it's either like you go into like retail, like like some like mall store or something, or you just work in food. So it's like, why'd you decide to go into food itself?
Well, I think I decided to go into food because originally I was working retail. I was a cashier at my like local hometown grocery store, and I just like honestly it was because of the pay. This place was like going to pay me a lot better than I was getting paid because I was getting paid minimum wage originally as a cashier, and it just like wasn't doing it. So like they opened up this new location in my hometown because beforehand we didn't have this location, and they were like saying that like, oh, we need like this many people to come like work for us, and I like took that offer and I got like a lot better deal out of it, and it's been great.
So with your coworkers, I know you talked about them a little bit. How are the vibes with them? Like, how is it just working there? You know, I feel like coworkers either make it really like better, or they're just like they really frustrate you and they make the shift like awful.
Absolutely. I mean, that's going to be just like anywhere that you work, because like I've worked at all 3 locations, and I have people that I love to work with, and then I have people that like I'm not the biggest fan of working with, and they do make the shift harder. But overall, I really don't think that there's like too many people that I like really like don't get along with. And of course, like everybody's just going to frustrate you when you're just like working like an 8-hour shift and it's like towards the end of the shift and everything is just annoying you. But overall, I think that the vibes are like good. Like it's a lot different in my hometown versus over here in Cincinnati, because mainly in Cincinnati at these locations, it's mainly college students working there. So like it's definitely like more of like a goofy vibe and like more like laid back, I guess. But in my hometown, it's like really awesome because like actually my manager, he's like super cool. Shout out to him.
Oh,
He
good.
taught me how to spin fire, and like we do that
Oh.
sometimes like after work, and I thought that's like really dope, and I love to do that. So there's a lot of great people like, and like he's older and he's not a college student, but it's still like just great interactions with
That's
just
great.
everybody.
Yeah, I know. I feel like some coworkers you meet and you just like you really get along and you're always like, I wish I was like friends with you outside of it. I have friends who I've met working in restaurants, you know, that I'm still friends with today that I haven't worked there in like years, you know. So it's
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely.
the experiences you get are super good.
So,
my favorite
as we were
spot.
talking about, you've worked at multiple different locations, which is cool. Which of these places was your favorite? Which was your least favorite, and why?
Probably my favorite to work at is my hometown
Fair.
because like it just like was such a big difference between my hometown and Cincinnati, because my hometown, like, it was not busy at all. Like I could like get away with like doing like minimal work and like still get paid the same, honestly. And then Cincinnati, like specifically the campus location is always insane. Whenever I worked there, it was like kind of miserable. Not because of the people. The people were great. It was really just like how many customers came in. It was kind of insane. Like to put it into perspective, like my hometown, our average sales per day were like around 4K. And then in Cincinnati, like at this campus location, it's around 11K. So it is
Damn.
so
Dang.
much more busy. And like when I first came and like transferred over to the store, I was not prepared for how busy it was gonna be. Like I was not prepared at all. Because so like you just have like the people in the line. So then you have people working on the front line making the food, and then you have people working on the digital line making the food there too. And it just like I like did both like the front line and the digital line. Like mostly like that's what I did. But I just remember that there was one night, it was after a football game, and we were understaffed. So at one point, like for some reason, I was the only person on the front line, and it was right after a football game.
Oh,
and like
yikes.
literally, I was handling this entire line by myself. Like it wrapped all the way around the store and almost hit back the front. Like it was
Oh my
insane.
gosh.
And I was on the line alone, like making every single person's like order, and it was just like wretched. It was the worst thing that I've ever experienced.
Terrible.
No,
Yeah.
I can't relate because I've never worked in like a fast food place where like I've had to be on like a line or anything. Like I've always worked in like a server, like a bar, like a
Right.
restaurant, sit down restaurant, you know. So like hearing that and also going to those places and being in those kinds of lines, I'm just like I have no clue how y'all do it. Like it's terrifying.
Yeah, no, it's insane, especially because it's like it feels like it never ends for a while. You're like,
Right.
oh no, there's like okay, I got like 2 orders done. It's like, oh, there's 5 more. You're like, no,
Just
It's-
keeps
Yeah.
piling
it does,
up.
and it's crazy. Like I worked, and there's always like a filled drive-through of where I worked at, and so it's crazy. But I think the same is for like other like if you do like to go at restaurants, or if you do like busing especially.
Oh,
that
yeah,
is
I
a
bet.
that
It's
is
so horrible.
Sisyphus core
I
right
feel
there.
like I got like muscles after because I was just a host, so I would bus and I would like food run whenever they needed it or anything. And you have those like big bus tubs, to just like carry
Right.
everything in. So one thing at my first restaurant, my manager didn't believe in trays. Like in carrying trays, so all the servers and everything just had to learn how to like get all the plates on their arms and
That's sick.
everything.
Oh,
It was sick. So I learned like how to like carry like 3 cups in my hand too. I can carry up to like 5. I used to be able to carry up to like 5. I can only do like 3
oh,
now.
like where you stack the cups.
No, like they're all filled with a beverage, so I have to go like hold one with my pinky right here, hold one right here, like one here in my middle. It's crazy.
That's
like
insane.
Oh, I've done it before though, but it was like you learned a lot of skills. But I would carry these like 15-pound like bus tubs just across the restaurant, and people would look at me like the old people look at me. They'd be like, "Oh, do you need some help? Like you're a strong young lady," and I'd be like, "I got it." Like, don't talk to me. I got it. Like, I'm so on lock right now. Like, I got it. And then also when you're like food running, it's the same thing. Like tickets just keep coming and coming and coming, and it's just like never ending. And then once you clock out, you're like, holy shit. But no, I feel like it's just like there's some similarities working in like a sit down restaurant versus a fast food. But fast food seems a lot more like high paced, stressful, blah blah blah. But like with like a sit down restaurant, I feel like it's more like strict. More like
Absolutely.
more like high end, kind of. But there's stresses to each of them for sure. But I feel like when I first went into restaurants, I was like, I can't wait to like get free food and when I first went into my first interview, I remember my manager was like, you know, we're like a family here. Like, we all work together. It's like a great experience, da-da-da. And I started working there, and I was like, oh, my God, I hate it, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, on that note, how do you think you, like, went into working in food with your attitude? Like, how has that changed since now? Or, like, since then?
I feel like my efficiency has definitely gotten better. Like, that's a skill that I feel like I've really learned.
Like
from,
multitasking, for
yeah,
sure.
multitasking, absolutely. Because it's really important to be able to multitask, especially like, because like specifically for the digital make line,
Yes.
there are just like so many orders on that. Just because like while you're on the front line, they know like how long you're gonna wait, so you can like take your time a little bit more with that because like you can see how many people are in there, and like if they have to wait, they wait. But like on the digital make line, like orders come in no matter what. Like they're just not gonna stop coming in, and they have to be done by a certain time because like DoorDashers and stuff like that always are picking up the food. And what would happen is that so you have like everything comes in 10-minute time slots, and so you could get up to like 8 to 9 orders per 10-minute time slot. And sometimes you'd be like the only person on the digital make line. And usually there's only one person. And if a second person needs to come and help, they do. But usually you're the only person on the DML line. And like it just like if you have like 8 different orders, like and you have to make it in 10 minutes. And it's not even just like one burrito for like every every order. Sometimes there's like multiple entrees in each order. And then like especially like if you can't just like put it in a bowl, or like if you have to make a quesadilla, that like really throws off the groove or whatever. And then like what was the worst thing, I think what you had to do with like in terms of multitasking is if we were out of like bagged chips. So then you have to like bag chips plus do all the orders, like 8 orders in that 10-minute time frame. And then sometimes it just like was so behind, and like it just like the DoorDashers would like get like upset and like angry at us, and like customers would get mad. And it's like we literally can't do anything about it. We can't slow it down. Like it just is like that.
Like you have to go by the machine's clock.
Yeah. So I definitely got better at multitasking through that.
For sure. Yeah, I feel like me too. And on the topic of like DoorDash and like Grubhub and that, I worked at some place for like maybe like 4 months, 6 months. And it was just like a small family owned, like very, very like low tables, like only like 10 tables in the whole restaurant. Like it was very small. And when I started working there, like a month into it, they started using Grubhub and DoorDash, and they had no clue what they were doing because it's like this old couple who like runs the whole restaurant, and they had no clue what they were doing with the Grubhub order. So like we would have like a tablet up, and we would get them, and I'd be like, hey guys, like we have this order, and then like the chefs would be like, I can't do that right now. I'm working for these tables and everything, and so I would be like, nobody is like looking at this. Nobody like really knows that we have this going on. I remember at some point our manager, he just turned off the Grubhub orders entirely. He was like, this isn't working. Because I would like be up at the front, and we would have somebody come in, and it would be like, hey, I'm with Grubhub, and I'd be like, oh shit. So I would like run back, and I'd be like, have you guys made this yet? And they're like, no, we're focusing on the tables that are in here. And I'm like, you guys don't understand how it works. Like they're gonna come in and they're getting mad. So I would go up to the Grubhub order, and I'd be like, they're just making it now. Like, so sorry. And then they would get so pissed off. So it's just like, it's like a whole other ballgame adding that to your store too, and it's just like it's not as easy as you think it is.
Well, especially because like I worked at a sit down like Italian restaurant, and when we didn't do whatchamacallit, the Grubhub or that, but we did do digital.
Grubhub, the digitals.
You know, the hubs, the grubs,
Any of the hubs,
the dashes, the doors. We didn't do that, but we did do like just like online orders and catering, and that like would like maybe that's like what I got paid for, but like that like was insane because it's like. It's like you get like we did because we did it in increments of like 5 minutes, which is worse. But to be fair, we had like a group of people working on it. But our food also takes longer to make. Like you guys
only
just go,
5 minutes.
I mean, not like a 5 minutes, but like it would be like you could have so many orders for each 5 minutes. It'd be like a half hour to make the order. Still though, it would pile up. Like I remember, it just was insane, especially when we'd run out of breadsticks. Because like we were like we can't do anything. We don't make these. We can't do anything. So we just have to wait. It sucks.
Yeah. Also, just like thinking about the people in the back with like all the food and everything. I've watched like my manager make like food orders before, or like I've watched like the head chefs make food orders or anything, and it's just like there's so much that goes into just like one day at the restaurant, because like I also worked in a place where we had like specials each day, so they had to like back order all this stuff, and it's just like I watched it all and I was like, I could not do any more than I'm doing right now. Like I'm just hosting, I'm just serving. Like I could not run a restaurant. I mean, like it just seems terrifying. Also, like just so much to do.
Yeah, no, I definitely think there's a lot that goes into, especially having to deal with customers. I do have to ask, because you've worked in the city, like you got to have some crazy customer stories.
Yeah, definitely. Like I haven't had like too much like insane things happen to me personally, but like I just remember like seeing like at my store there was this lady who like came in and got mad because we were out of a specific thing, and then she reached over the line and then like flipped the entire tortilla press and then like
What?
started reaching her hands in the rice.
Was it not hot?
Ooh.
Like,
Yes, she definitely had to burn her hand doing
Oh,
that.
not the-
And I was just like, oh my God, like seeing this. And then like my manager came in and ran and like grabbed like the pan from her. And then she just like walked out. She just like casually flips the tortilla press, reaches her hands all up in the rice. And I'm just like, this is like actually like insane.
some
just
people
like
just
some
have
stuff
so
like
much
that.
audacity. Like, who do you think you are? Like, genuinely, it's so
Right.
scary because I've seen customers who are like, I just look at them, I'm like, how are you a real person? Like, how? Like, you can't be. You cannot be. Like,
I know.
I don't understand it, like, how some people make the decisions that they make, especially or like saying the things that they say to like
Mm-hmm.
servers or something. I'm like, what the hell? Like, who are you, and were you just born like today, or
Yeah, like, what made
what's
you
going
decide to
on in
do
your
this?
brain actually, for real? But like, other than that, like, I know some places have like horror stories that's just like it's known throughout the entire coworkers. Are there any of that or anything? Like,
My old coworker, like he was just like saying like how there's like this like homeless person who comes in like very often, and then like he'll ask to use the bathroom, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, like go ahead, use the bathroom, whatever. And then like every single time like he'll walk, like he like will reach his hand into the tip jar, take all the tips, and he's stolen at least like $60 worth of tips. And like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna run after him, like chase him down, like steal
Yes.
the tips back from him, which is just kind of like
Yeah.
insane. Just like
Yeah.
so yeah, we get like that going on.
Don't do that.
Yeah, but the location near campus, they actually have like a password protected like bathroom, but like my other two locations don't have like actual passwords. So it's like because I just like know that they had to like change the password because like so many people like already like knew the password for some reason. Like a lot of like homeless people would come in and like use their bathroom, and it's like fine, but it's like also at the same time like like my place of business doesn't want necessarily like people like who aren't paying to be using
Yeah.
the bathroom
yeah,
like
that
that.
makes sense. We had like a really strict policy on that when I worked in this like the more high-end restaurant. My manager had a really strict policy that if anybody were to come in and ask for the bathroom, they couldn't unless they were a paying customer. And so when I first started out, I was like, okay, like this is like I know this rule, like I'm gonna be so adamant about this rule. And so sometimes also on the same street we would have like what is it called, like races, you know, what's the
Like cars?
no like marathons, like
Marathons.
or like just events that are outside in the street. And so we would have like police that are like out there, like, you know, controlling the crowd and everything.
Right.
And the first like month or so that I was working in this place, I was a host. I was the only host, and it was a brunch day, and it was like a Saturday, and one of the marathons was happening outside, and a policeman comes in, and he's like, "Hey, can I use your bathroom?" And I'm like, "Sorry, sir, like we only let like paying customers use the bathroom." And he was like what? Like he was just like so confused, and I was like, I don't really know what to do, like da da da. And then like a few hours later, my manager comes up to me, and and we were like all having like a meeting, and he was like, guys, I just have to make a note. Jack is so like good about the rules and everything that today she told a policeman that he couldn't use the bathroom, and everyone laughed at me, and I was like, oh no, because you know, like you're supposed to let like people of service come in and like use your bathroom if they're like working outside, but I was just like, I was still like young, I was like, okay, I know this rule,
No, officer.
no officer, you can't use our bathroom, like
No, but that is crazy. It is super funny to be like, no, I'm not gonna bend the rules ever.
Yeah, no,
For
well,
nobody.
because I was like, I just started out, so I was like, I have to be super strict about these rules, or else
Right.
the manager's gonna get mad at me. So I just was like, oh, it was kind of funny. It was really funny.
Yeah.
And then they had rules that like you couldn't give water to anybody who walked in and asked for
Yeah.
water or anything, and I was just like, I would still give them water. So it was just like,
Well, it's a limited
I don't know.
resource, you know. There's only so much water
there's
in the
only
world.
so much water, I guess. I don't know. Like
Never
we
knows.
had like to-go cups too, so it's just like, it's pretty easy.
We don't give out water cups anymore, but that's because like they don't actually take water.
Don't do that.
Well, what like happens is it's mainly the high schoolers because the nearby high school, whenever they let out, it's like awful because we have to move all the online orders from the online order shelf and move it to the back. So then people will have to like actually ask for their order because like we had like so many high schoolers just stealing all the orders all the time, and then we'd have to remake it on the digital make line, and like it's just like when you already have like the 8 to 9 orders, especially at that like peak like dinner rush hour kind of thing, and then you also have to remake these orders that like people stole. It kind of is awful.
It's kind of smart on their part. Not even gonna lie. Like I've always thought, like what would happen if you just grabbed it?
I feel like
Right.
Don't do
also
that.
with
But like that's
coffee shops,
we don't condone stealing.
Like
That's
there's
kinda-
like just like the mobile orders are just like out there, and like when you order a mobile order, you just go up and you take it.
that's
So,
agency
like,
right there.
So like what's really like? But don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
no, that
steal
sucks,
from
though.
places. It's just like
It's annoying.
I guess you can do that.
Yeah, I mean you can do
Don't
that.
do
like,
that.
Don't do it.
Don't
but you,
just
Yeah,
steal
you
someone's food.
don't do that. We don't condone stealing.
Because it's
at
like
all.
it's like
No.
that person was so excited for their burrito, and then they're like, "Where's my burrito?" It's like I don't know, some person just took it.
I know it's like that's
Tragic.
the worst feeling ever when it's like you awkwardly like are like looking for like their order number and it's just like sorry
know where it
we don't
is.
have it we think somebody stole it so we're gonna remake it. That's like the most
Lord.
awkward feeling ever because I was like cashier too, and then like I like sometimes I was just like too busy because I would be like multitasking as a cashier and I couldn't always watch like the digital order shelf and like check because like usually what I would try to do is like ask them like what's your name so like I can like give it to you and make sure
Yeah.
that this is your order.
Yeah.
But like sometimes like you just like couldn't do that when it was like so busy and you're like checking out orders.
Ooh.
Plus like the cashier would also have to bag chips or like do other things, make dish runs, like all that kind of stuff.
There's just so much always happening in a place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know how like in like you know how you ever go to like a fast food restaurant and like you're like, oh sweet, I got like extra food. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
So that is probably because of mistakes I have made. So how like when I was in the drive-thru, like I'd be working like the cashier, doing the orders, making the drinks, doing all that jazz, and they'd be just handing me bags and they just put bags like on my little side counter. And the thing is sometimes they wouldn't like distinguish between the bags, and so you grab the bags, you hand it to them, and they're like no, and it's too late. And what can you do at that point? And then the next person comes and they're like, where's my beef and cheddar? And I'm like, in the car in front of you. You can fight them. You can go fight them for it if you really want it.
No, drive-through seems crazy though. Like I mean, like I've never had to work in a place that had drive-through, so it's like, but I think about it and I'm just like, those people can just go up, say whatever they want, and then just drive away.
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of scary.
One time I tried, multiple times I've tried the like walking in a drive-through.
You have?
I
have-
remember you saying that.
I
because
want to
I'm a
try that
terrible
sometime.
person. No, don't.
Does it work?
No,
Do they
they're
get
all-
mad?
Yeah, they're like, don't do that, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Okay, but what about a place that's like drive-through only? Like, what if I like got my bike? Do you think that would work?
I've
What
tried
place
the
would be
bike.
drive
The bike?
through
I've tried the bike.
You've tried the bike. Okay,
I've tried
Does
the
the
so how
bike
walking.
did that
work? I
go?
wouldn't see why the bike.
The
wouldn't.
bike was no, because there was, I don't know. But the when I did the walking, we all like got in like a car formation, like we was like,
Oh,
you know,
God.
and we were all like, we pretended like someone was driving, and we did like a little like, the window, and we're like, hello, and they're like, get out of here. And we're like, yeah, that's
Oh
fair.
no. Wait. Okay. So I've always wondered also, like with drive-throughs, how does that work? Like, is there like a weight sensor? Is
Oh,
there,
yeah,
like,
I've
a
wondered that
camera
too. I've wondered that
sensor?
too.
Like, do you like?
I just get a
Like,
little
do you
beep
get,
in my
like,
headphones. I'm like, oh, hello.
Oh.
I don't know how it works. I'm just
Huh.
a dude. I just work there. Okay,
I'm
not
just a
the
dude.
inventor,
Yeah.
but I've now working in a like off college campus. Crazy segue. Do you have like regulars, like people who is like it's like this is this person, or there's just like too many people, or like I don't know who anyone is.
There, I noticed the regulars more in my hometown, obviously because it's so much
Small.
smaller.
Smaller town.
But specifically in Cincinnati, honestly, I could not tell you from like the campus location. Like, there's just like so many people that come through, and there definitely are. But I'm not like when you're that busy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you don't recognize anybody. Like, I'm not like recognize. Like sometimes like people like that I know, like genuinely know, will come up to me, and like I won't even know that they're there until like they
Real.
like speak to me and be like, "Oh, hey, Emmy," and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, like when did
Oh.
you get here?" Because like I'm like locked in, and like
Oh,
you're on
yeah.
autopilot at that point.
You
You're
are.
just like saying your spiel, whatever, like your normal spiel that you
Little
have.
speech, customer
Yeah,
service
yeah.
voice.
Yes,
you know,
you're
like,
hi, what can I get started for you? That kind of
Yes.
thing. Yeah, you're just like locked in. You don't know what's happening, and like I'm like looking down also too. Like I'm just like not looking up. I like
Just
have
so
a really
locked
bad.
in.
Yeah, I'm locked in. I have a bad habit of not making eye contact like ever when I'm like on
Oh,
the front
yeah.
line. But I did notice at the third location I'm at, which is a little bit less busy than the campus location. I did notice a few regulars, but nothing like insane. But there's this one guy actually that like comes in like every like week or every other week, and he does like a food exchange with us, and it's kind of fun. Like he'll bring like cookies, like he'll bring cookies, and then
barter?
yeah, he'll
my
barter.
gosh.
It'd be like
No.
cookie for chip.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's like I love it because then I got like then we all like get to like all my coworkers get to split like these like awesome cookies,
That's
and I'm
so
like this is
fun.
so good. I'm like we're not supposed to do that technically.
Well,
but
okay.
I love to do it because I think it's like so fun, and then we get like really good cookies out of it too.
Oh my gosh, I feel
I
like
love
I've
it.
heard about I've heard about neighboring stores like trading food or something, whatever. Like I've heard stories like that, but I've never like nobody's actually like told me, oh,
Right,
we've done
right.
it, and like
That's so cool.
that's
Yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah, no, it was so fun. Like that's happened twice.
Let's
while I
bring
was
back
there.
bartering.
Oh,
Let's
God.
bring back.
Let's go back to feudalism.
Like
You know, I want me a lord. I want me a serf. You know, let's go back to that.
let's take
a great
away
idea.
cash money. Let's take away money in general.
Be like lamb.
and let's bring back
for-
like I have a bunch of pencils. Will you give me a cup of water or something? You know, like I don't understand.
Well, people do that on TikTok. Have you not seen those trends where it's like
those are
they-
stupid.
Okay.
Okay, but like
But
somebody
I'm
actually
saying
has
the
done that
entire
before.
world should go back to that.
No, I
I'm
agree.
saying
Okay.
like under my command, let's have everybody go back to bartering.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
No, I will say.
Negotiating.
Yeah, I will say I did have, just to finish the regular segment. I've told you about Mr. Hollywood. Have I?
Yes. Yeah.
The goat. Have I ever talked about that on air?
I feel like. Go ahead, talk about it. I feel like maybe, but also we can
this
always
is a
use a
fun bit.
refresher. 'Cause
Okay,
I want a refresher.
We had this guy named Mr. Hollywood. He was a regular. And it was like so cartoonish. And I swear on my life that this is what happened. It'd be like, I'd read the order, I'd get the bag, I'd be like, Mr. Hollywood. I'd look up, he'd be like, that's my name. And I'm like, what? That's not real. And he was like, that's my name. And then he would grab it, and he had like a purple jacket. Like he had like a bunch of
Wow.
rings on. It was like a velvet
Cute.
purple jacket. It was great, and he was Mr. Hollywood. So sorry, little intro, but yeah, back to bartering and serfdom.
Serfdom. I feel like it's just like money. The economy is so bad right now.
We are not talking about the economy.
Okay,
This
well
is
I'm just saying, it would be best if I could go up to some place and be like, they'd be like, this is how much this is, and I'm like, no, I'll pay you this for it, and they're like, no, I'll pay you this. Like, why can't we do that anymore? I don't understand.
Well, do you know how much like it would like I feel like if you like bartered for everything, then that would just be like that would be hard to do.
That's what business
Because-
majors
Okay,
want you to
maybe
believe.
it's not realistic.
That is what Wall Street
but
wants you to
I'm
think.
a broke college student. We're broke college students.
We know everything about their
Give
money.
me stuff.
True.
True.
Exactly.
Give me stuff. Free stuff. Okay, so since you've been
Coworkers.
working in food, I already asked about
Yeah.
coworkers.
Balls.
So, since you've been working in food for so long, what do you think would be the best advice to give somebody if they're just starting to work in food? Like best thing of advice. Yeah, get out
run.
of there.
Yeah,
Go.
get out of here. Honestly, like I don't know what advice I give. Like I just think that you just gotta like it's gonna be a rewarding experience. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think that I really do think it's gonna be a rewarding experience overall because I noticed that you can like tell when people haven't worked in food or like retail or
Oh,
something.
for sure.
You can
I
just
feel
like
like
tell.
it's just like manners and also like
Absolutely.
like just like patience, you know, like like you'll go to like a restaurant with friends and they're like, "Wow, she's taking so long. She's doing all this." And I'm like, "Bro, you don't understand."
Yeah, it teaches you a lot more skills than you'd think.
Oh,
working in,
yeah,
like, fast
for
food.
sure.
Like
I
so
feel
many,
like-
I think people like hate on it too much for working in like food, the food service industry and like also just like retail and stuff like that. But like you can just like and like I feel like it gives you better empathy for like people in those
Oh, yeah.
positions too. Like I feel like I don't ever go into like a place that's just about to close anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And just like all kind of stuff like that. Like I just feel like you learn like a lot more skills than you think, and it might be hard at first getting into the food industry.
For sure.
Like it might be stressful, but overall, I think that the payoff is going to be
yeah.
good for that.
Yeah, and I will definitely agree with like not going in when it like right before it closes. When I will say like when I was like in middle school, I was definitely like, oh, they close at like midnight. We could be here till like 11:59. You
Yeah,
know?
no.
Because I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
They
like
will all
absolutely
hate you.
not.
yeah, because you don't get that, and you're like, oh, maybe not be the worst. But
And I feel like I've had friends who will go to like a restaurant. It'll be super busy, whatever, and they'll be like, Jack, I don't understand how you could work in a restaurant. Like, this is so stressful. Like, it's not for me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, for some people, it's definitely not for them. Like, if you get stressed out too easily and you're just like, you're very like you take things personally, I would say working in food is not the place for you.
Definitely.
You have to be able to just like turn it off. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of have to just be able to be like, all right, this is what I'm doing now. I have to do all this stuff and get it all done. And then like not take it like as a personal, like, you know,
Yeah, because
attack.
you can't take things like very personally. Like it's like hard not to, especially if you're already stressed out and there's already a lot going on, and then like somebody yells at you because you like made their order wrong and you're not making it up to their standard, and then it's like, okay, then you have that moment where you go into the freezer and then cry for a minute, but then it's like, then you're all good, then you walk
for
back
sure.
in,
Yeah.
and you just gotta kind of like have that like tough skin. When
Oh,
you're working
yeah,
in
you
the food
do,
industry.
truly.
No, the freezer
The freezer's
breakdowns
so
are real.
Yeah, the
real.
freezer breakdowns.
The
You're
freezer's so real. You just like, you just have to like
You know?
walk in there. You know,
Exactly
you
like
get too
that.
heated.
It's just like, oh, I need to go get some cheese real quick.
Yeah, no, it's
very
definitely
enlightening.
it's so real,
so
and it
real.
is so. It is. You're like, oh, what? Like, oh my gosh, what's going on? But then you get out, it's like normal.
Yeah, it's just like, it's kind of like known if anybody's in the freezer, just don't talk to them. You know,
ever,
they're
like-
just chilling out.
You ever like lose stuff like in the freezer? You're like, I don't know where the milk is. What am I gonna do?
I don't touch stuff in the freezer. I never
Oh, I
worked,
touched
I never
everything
like
with my bare hands.
cooked the food, you know, like, but I would like bring in food and put it in the freezer, you know, like I do that kind of stuff, but
You ever just get a little hungry? Take a little lettuce and just, you know.
or like, you know, the
Take a little
tomato.
stack. But then like you just chew it. You don't want to steal it, so you put it back.
Yeah,
and-
you put it back. You know, that's how everyone is in food. You know, all of your
Yeah.
food is already eaten.
But we cook it, so it's therefore clean.
Yeah,
so
you know, like
germs
it's,
die with
it
heat.
all goes away, right? Yeah, for sure,
Absolutely.
for sure.
All right. Well, last question, because I think we are getting close to the end
Absolutely.
of my mental stability.
This is this has been, if for everyone watching, this has been a interesting episode today. As you can see, we're on a different kind of set.
They stole
They
our
stole
set.
our set.
And we need your money and support to get the set,
Please
to find the
send
set
us
back.
money. Please send us stuff.
So
so
much.
they took that. They also took one of our mics and they took our recording system as well. So if you have it, please return it. We can't do this anymore.
We're just people. We're
We
just
are
people, just like you.
really about to go crazy.
But as you can see, yeah. And maybe we'll get upgrades to set. We will see. We'll totally like see.
Maybe.
But so to get one last conclusion in the questioning.
And the questioning of the questioning.
And the question is-
And the question is.
We have a question. No, the question is, overall, with your restaurant, are you like, I am like so stoked that was the one I got to work at? And do you ever like go eat the food still?
Okay.
Actually, okay.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Rhett and Link.
You'd think that I would have gotten sick of it by now, but honestly, I haven't gotten sick of the food. Like, yeah, but like whenever I do walk past like this like location, sometimes if I'm like walking past trying to do something,
Smell the
then
smell.
I smell the smell, and then I get like trauma.
Like,
I get like trauma from it. Like,
flashbacks.
oh no, but like, ah.
Tweaking.
No, the freezer.
You know.
But
whatever.
what like I just. Sorry.
That's funny.
What was the question? Oh, if I eat the food.
Yeah.
Do I eat the
do
food
you
still?
eat food?
Do I eat food?
A little guilty pleasure.
Yes, I eat food.
Good.
Eating
is very
okay,
good.
Yes.
Here is the food pyramid.
See,
next.
guys, I would have loved to bring in some of this like free food for you guys, but I'm currently not
I
working.
am hungry.
In the meantime,
Yes.
before we go get some food from this wonderful place
From
we're about to
this
get food,
beautiful, yummy
we
place.
have a silly segment.
And this time I won't be doing magic. That's next week,
That
of
was
course.
out. That's old.
I'm gonna keep trying. Don't
We
worry,
will.
I will become magic. But today we have a quick, let's do like 2-minute would you rather?
Is magic supposed to be past tense or future tense? 'Cause
Like
you
Magic
said,
Gathering?
I will do magic next week
I will.
Yeah.
instead of I did do magic last week.
No, it's like I will
I'm
do
going
magic
to.
again.
I will do magic again. I will become magic. Is that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie.
I thought you
So I did do magic last week. I failed, but don't you worry.
Don't you fret.
I am selling my
fear.
soul, and I am becoming magic next week.
Little
So
pentagram
don't
action.
you even worry. Like, it'll happen.
Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, of course. So you'll see. But
Mr.
not right now.
Hollywood.
We're doing a Would You Rather. All right?
All right.
Are you ready?
Okay. Hit it.
All right. Would you rather eat every meal with ketchup or every meal with mustard?
Ketchup.
Oh,
Good.
beautiful answer. Okay.
Never. Oh yeah, you're right. Smell like a fart or have scented farts.
Scented farts.
That's a good answer. That'd be so cool. What scent would you do? I'd do like a crisp apple.
Eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus. All right. Would you rather never listen to music again or never watch a TV or movie again?
Music.
Music?
That's
Oh wait, no, I don't. Oh, I
You're a
can't.
film major. You
Well,
can't
yeah,
answer
like,
wrong.
what are
on
you
That's
this.
gonna
literally my
do?
major. I can't do.
That's
do
why
We're
this is a
showing this to your
question, all right?
professors,
I know it's
so-
difficult.
But I love
chose it
music.
for a reason.
I love music though, but
God?
but like literally
music
TV
major.
and movie is like my major, so
Yeah.
I have to go with no music, unfortunately.
Smart.
I would never. I don't think I could. I just would never
You
watch.
Joel, you're a movie major basically too. Well, no, you're not.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay, extra arm or extra leg.
extra arm.
True, because you'd be like, oh, like, I got one arm to do
Yeah,
this.
the multitasking would go crazy.
Would you rather give up food or beverages entirely? Without like consequences, of course. Like you won't have to eat or you don't have to drink.
Yeah, don't think about it.
You know, like a little sweet treat or a little sweet treat.
Beverages.
Beverages?
Beverages. I love food.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Okay.
I love food.
That's good.
That's
Eating is
great.
good for
Eating
you.
is good.
Eating is good.
Now, but speaking of food, only pizza or only fries?
Pizza or fries?
Pizza.
All the time. And also if you
Well, okay, we can't add extra layers
Yeah,
after
my
we
bad, my
stated
bad,
it.
my
It's
bad.
a, it's
All
a
right.
take it for what you will.
So would you rather have infinite money or infinite pasta?
Infinite money, like because then I can buy pasta.
No, if you
I
get
can't buy pasta with
whatever.
money?
Yes,
Well, you can sell the pasta with bartering, with feudalism.
Yes, let's go back.
Own pasta farm.
All right.
Now, work in food for the rest of your life, or never work in food again.
Never work in food again.
They get off the show. What are you doing here?
hell,
Get
we're
go.
food industry
What is
lovers.
wrong with you? We
I'm so
are
sorry.
a food cast. The
so sorry.
food show cast.
I love making
Food
movies.
show.
Well, that has done it for today's episode. Everyone,
Thanks for bearing with us, everybody.
Bear with
because
me.
we're very I
Old
very
show
much
reference.
apologize.
apologetic. They stole our set. We're gonna get it back though
And
for
they
you,
stole
gang.
our minds.
Thank you to Bearcast Media for producing this episode. Shout out to Mios for making this episode happen. And also remember, March 21st, we're going to be doing live podcast at Mios. And again, thank you.
We won't be crazy then.
We will.
Don't you worry.
It will be even crazier. We'll be
Don't
all
you worry, we'll
sped
have
up.
our brains. But anyways, thank you so much for to Emmy for being on this
Yes.
show today and for bearing with us through all the difficulties. We're so excited to continue next week and thank you all so much. All right. We'll see you next week and bye-bye.